Welcome back to the Vandy Sports Podcast. I'm Joey Dwyer. He's Billy Derrick. We're here from Memorial Gym after Vanderbilt loses 109-77 in front of a big blue crowd. Jerry Stackhouse walked off the floor after only shaking John Calipari's hand, and it's about a microcosm of the night. Vanderbilt really had no answers for anything Kentucky did all night. Kentucky had 6 double-figure scores, got to any spot they wanted, got just about every rebound, out-rebounded Vandy 50-28. I think they had 32 second chance points or something crazy along those lines. The talent gap was clearly obvious today, and Vanderbilt just got ran off of its own floor, and that's kind of becoming normal this season, Billy.
Yeah, I mean, I think coming into this game, you thought Vanderbilt might have had a chance. Kentucky's guards had struggled defensively. Now, their last game was Tennessee and Florida, and I did think it was interesting. Stackhouse said they ran into a hot team. They had lost 3 of their last 4. So, this was not a hot team. It's kind of a reeling Kentucky team, and they came in here in front of what felt like a home Kentucky crowd, and they got some mojo back. I think for Kentucky, this is exactly what you needed. For Vanderbilt, it's more of the same. And I think for these right now, Joey, there's not even really much new to talk about. I thought Magnon, he's playing hard, right? I don't think effort was a big problem. I asked you late in the game. I said, "Do you think effort's a big problem?" You go, "No, I don't really see it. I didn't really see it." So I just think talent-wise, Kentucky is so far ahead of Vanderbilt, and there's not really a comparison. So credit to Kentucky, they made shots. I mean, they almost shot 60% from 3. It's not like Vanderbilt shot an awful percentage. Kentucky came in here and made their shots early. Vanderbilt made shots early too, but they went on some scoring droughts in that second half, and Kentucky just proved they were the better and more talented team. And like you said, I think the story, again, is the other team's fan base taking over this gym. As sad as it is, it's not the product on the floor. It's, Kentucky fans might have had 10,000 people in here. You saw Big Blue chant, Go Big Blue chants, and they were waiting on, Dillingham after the game. It was very similar to Tennessee. So, again, it's more of the same for Vanderbilt. And for Kentucky, could this be the momentum they need to kind of keep going and build? And, because they had been struggling. But they come in here and really dominate Vanderbilt, and it wasn't really – second half, it wasn't close at all.
Yeah, and it really wasn't close for a lot of it. Kentucky led by double digits or more. Well, I guess not more. You can't get to triple digits,
yeah,
but
well, it kept switching back 20 to 18.
Right.
20-18, Vanderbilt couldn't inch closer than 18 in the second half.
Right. It was a double-digit game from 13-28 in the first half on, and really at halftime it was a 16-point game. It didn't feel that close. It felt like Kentucky dominated in every facet of the game. Rob Dillingham got to any spot he wanted. Reed Sheppard made just about every shot, it felt like, even though he didn't have a great game. Their bigs got every rebound. They got every second chance point. And Vanderbilt's kind of just a get-right game for these type of teams now. It's a get-right game for Tennessee, who came in and wasn't playing all that well when they played Auburn after Auburn had lost 2 in a row. It was a get-right game for Auburn, and just kind of where this program is. It's a program that a year ago had beaten Kentucky twice in a row. It came into tonight on a 2-game win streak against Kentucky, and boy, have they fallen from grace, Billy. They weren't even close tonight, and I think Stack walking off the floor tonight at the end of the game after only shaking Cal's hand tells you just kind of how fed up he is with this product. And I think a lot of the fan base is just as fed up, and that's obviously not a great look for him. And what's even worse look is the scoreboard tonight and the way Kentucky fans took over this gym. I walked out there while Cal was talking to see my mom. My gosh, there was 400, 500 Kentucky fans probably just swarming that tunnel, waiting for Reed Sheppard, waiting for DJ Wagner, Rob Dillingham, all the stars of this team that are going to be NBA players. I don't know that Vanderbilt has one NBA player or one star that Vanderbilt fans have really gravitated towards. Magnon, I guess, would be one that Vanderbilt fans would love to see, but you just see all those names on that roster, and Jordan Burks probably starts for this Vanderbilt team. He was at the back end of the rotation, barely plays. So, again, just complete, utter outclass. And that was the story tonight. Vanderbilt couldn't guard a lick, couldn't rebound a lick, and that's what Kentucky cashed in on.
Yeah, Joe, we don't usually get to hear from the road coach. Got to hear from Coach Stackhouse and Calipari. I thought it was interesting kind of comparing the two, not getting personal or anything here, getting into detail, but I asked Calipari towards the end about what's it like when you come on the road and you see a gym basically dominated by your fan base. And he just said these fans love it. They're so passionate. They will find a way into a road gym, any way they can. Stackhouse, you're not even referring to your fans. There's no connection to the fans right now. There is no support. So I kind of noticed that stark difference. The fans aren't even really a factor, unless it's negative, of course. They are in that regard. But I think that's something Vanderbilt can get back to. And Vanderbilt, Joe, even before you covered, but you've read up, you've seen highlights and clips of what this gym used to be. Vanderbilt used to be, like, imagine yourself, all the blue in here, that used to be all black and gold. I'm not kidding. You can ask Chris, you can ask everybody. That's what this gym used to sound like, but for Vanderbilt. Tonight it was for Kentucky. A couple weeks ago it was for Tennessee. So just the difference, more, the way it feels and the vibe is totally different. Cal has momentum right now. He sometimes loves his fans, right? I mean, I'm sure tonight they love him. Yeah.
Sometimes they love him. But
it's just that's not there for Vanderbilt. There's just no connection with the fans. I think it's gotten to a point where something's got to give, like we've talked about. But you mentioned the lack of energy. Stack said he just didn't even really have the energy to talk to Cal about the shot with 6 seconds left, and that's kind of a microcosm of where this program's at. They don't have energy for much of anything, really, and there's a lack of energy from fans. There's a lack of energy from this staff, and I don't want to say the team and the players, because I do think they've been playing with energy and playing with effort, but from the top down, there's a lack of care and energy that just isn't there, and it's kind of forced the fans to have that same lack of energy and care. So that was a microcosm. And in a weird way, I'm kind of glad Stack said that, because I thought it was, again, these last few weeks, said some things that kind of make you go, make you think. He crumpled up the paper. Obviously, he's upset, but again, that's just more of the same.
Yeah, he said he wants to flush this one, and I think Vanderbilt's had far too many games this year where they've had to flush them. Tonight, defensively, they were just, oh my gosh, bad. Like, we talked about Kentucky's defense heading into the game on the board and on Twitter before this game. Vandy's defense was so much worse than Kentucky's, and Vandy was okay offensively. Probably good enough to win if they had a competent defensive effort. That didn't happen tonight, though, and I think you can only do so much with the personnel they have. Stack mentioned even, like, they got 5 stars, they got NBA players. Vanderbilt, he seems to think has more talent than we do, but in either case, I think the talent differential is still huge, and it's showing in these games that Vanderbilt, even when it's playing well, still can't really compete with these type of teams. Last year, I don't think it even played its best game at Rupp Arena, and it still found a way to win. So it just kind of shows you the fall from grace this program has had. I mean, what are they doing well? Evan Taylor was good today. Ezra was all right, 14 and 9. I guess he was pretty good with 9 assists, but it's just, they don't defend well. They don't rebound well. Their guard play has been good at times, but you look at their guard play, and it looks like you're overestimating what Vanderbilt has in terms of guard play. You're kind of reaching when you look across the bench, and there's Rob Dillingham, there's Reed Shepard, there's Antonio Reeves, and then there's DJ Wagner, who's not even playing. I mean, you can blame injuries and all that all you want. DJ Wagner didn't play tonight. Trey Mitchell didn't play tonight. It's just, oh my gosh, man. Billy, this is just – Red Panda was the highlight of the night. I think she was going to be the highlight of my night regardless. I'm the biggest Red Panda fan on the planet, but I think for a lot of Vanderbilt fans, that was the highlight of the night, and it shouldn't have been that way. It should have been something to have it on the floor. I'm not saying they got to beat Kentucky every time they play them. It's got to be competitive, though, and tonight, at no point did this game feel competitive to me outside of when Taylor hit those 2 threes early and Kentucky pulled away a few minutes later.
Yeah, and you mentioned Red Panda. Honestly, glad we got to see her.
Oh, she was fantastic.
Had one mistake, but she bounced back, and I think she got.
Stop. Don't worry about her.
I think she got 4 out of 5. So that was good to see. But again, Joey, something's got to give. I mean, this has to end at some point, right? Mm-hmm. Do they get another win? Maybe. At this point, it's tough to see. Missouri is not very good. I mean, you were there. I wasn't able to go. But the level of talent, I mean, Reed Shepard only had 6 points. We were looking at Kentucky's 3rd and 4th level guys, really. And I'm like, Vanderbilt doesn't even really have a guy like that, whether it was Burks or Onyenso. I mean, Vanderbilt, they don't have players like Kentucky's second-string guys. Mm-hmm. So that's where they're at, and Stack says they have a long way to go. Is this staff even here to put that work in? Who knows? I mean, that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, and I'm not sure they should be. I think a lot of the fan base is pretty sure, and I think I'm kind of with them at this point. I don't know what you look at and reflect positively on with this program. There's just so many bad optics and such bad feel around this program right now, and there's been teams that have been as bad as this but have had better feel than this. You've had coaches who the fan base is endeared to. You have players that the fan base loves, and you have kind of out of characteristic great performances, and this team hasn't had really any of those going for it. The recruiting class isn't all that great. I like Tyler Tanner. I think a lot of people nationally don't view Tyler Tanner as a program saver, and I'm not sure I do either. Karras is a good player. Jamie's a good player, but they're not program savers, and that's kind of what Vanderbilt needs out of its recruiting class. And there's just such a long way to go between this program and that program, and we're not asking them to be Kentucky. I don't think either of us are echoing that sentiment. We're asking them to be competitive. We're asking them to make a tournament, and in year 5, it feels like it's the farthest away that Stackhouse's team has been throughout his tenure. So we're here from Memorial Gym. Billy and I will be back here for Texas A&M, I guess. Vandy's got a tough one on Saturday against South Carolina. We'll have coverage of that, but thank you guys for watching. God bless, and we'll talk to you later. Peace. Oh, wait. I forgot to do the Wash House read. Oh. Yeah, you almost got me. Today's show is presented by the Wash House. It's also our presenting sponsor for basketball season. Are you dreading laundry days? It's stealing time to do the things you truly enjoy. Let the laundry professionals at the Wash House take care of that for you with 2 convenient locations in the greater Nashville area. Just drop off your dirty laundry, and our professional attendants can give you back the one thing you can never have enough of, which is your time. Within 24 hours, you can pick up your nicely folded, fresh, and clean laundry ready to be put away. Check out www.washhouseclean.com. Thank you guys for watching. Vanderbilt falls to 6-16 overall after trailing by as much as 33 tonight against Kentucky on its own floor, and falls to 1-8 in the league. We'll talk to you later. God bless. Thanks to the Wash House, and peace. Now you can hit it, Billy.